Now let's just move on further towards the question number 3, which says that it is given that the angle XYZ is equal to 64 degree and XY is produced to the point P. Draw a figure from the given information. So we have to draw the figure for this particular question all by ourselves. So let's just start forming this figure. So first of all, it says that it is given XYZ is equal to 64 degrees. So let us suppose if I'm just taking XY as nothing but this and XYZ. So this is XYZ. So let us suppose if I'm just taking it as X, I'm taking it as Y. So this is my X, this is my Y. I'm just taking a Z over here. So this is nothing but my Z. This is nothing but the Z, and further it says this angle is nothing but 64. So this is 64 degree, and further it says as per the question that we have to produce XY is produced to the point P. So we are producing XY to the point P. We are producing XY to the point P. Let us suppose if I am calling it as P, and it further says if ray YQ intersects ZYP. So as you can see, ZYP is this angle. So there is a ray that is bisecting this particular angle. So there is a ray YQ which is bisecting this particular angle. So it means that if it is bisecting, so this angle would be Z equal to this angle. If it is bisecting, it means that both of these angles should be Z equal to each other. Now further it says that find angle XYQ. So we have to find XYQ angle, and further we have to find the reflex of the angle QYP. So first of all, as you can see, first of all we have to find the angle XYQ. So how we can find the angle XYQ? As you can see, the angle XYQ is actually the sum of these two angles. So it means that XYQ is actually nothing but is equal to the XYZ plus the sum of the ZYQ angle. And further, if I'm just talking about the second part, it says we have to find the reflex angle, that is angle QYP. Now if we are talking about the reflex angle of QYP, so reflex means the sum of all this. So this is nothing but is equal to 180 degree. You can see all by yourself, plus angle XYQ. So reflex of this angle is nothing but this whole angle. So it means that this is nothing but the sum of this angle, that is XYQ, plus the sum of this straight angle, which is nothing but 180 degrees. So let's just find out these two parts. So first of all, we'll start with the very first part, since we have to find the angle X by Q. So first of all, we know that the angle in the angle XYQ, what can we say about the whole angle, which is nothing but XYP. So let's just start with the straight angle, that is XYP. So first of all, we know that, first of all we can say that the angle XYP is 180 degree. It is 180 degree. So further we can write it as the angle XYZ plus the angle ZYQ plus the angle QYP is nothing but is equal to 180 degree. It means in place of XYP, we can write XYZ plus ZYQ plus QYP, which is equal to 180 degree. Now furthermore, we know that XYZ is actually nothing but 64 degree. So this is 64 degree. Plus further we know that these two angles are actually is equal to each other. So let us suppose if I'm just taking this angle as X degree, so this angle is also X degree. Why so? Because we know that this ray is actually bisecting this angle. So if this angle is X degree, so this angle is X degree. So let us suppose if I'm just supposing that let the angle ZYQ is equal to X degree, which is equal to the angle QYP. So if this is X degree, so this is X degree plus X degree is equal to 180 degree. Furthermore, we can write 2X degree is equal to 180 degree minus of 64 degree. Further, we can say that 2X is nothing but is equal to, this is nothing but 6, we have 7, we have 1, we have 1. Further, it implies that X degree is equal to 116 divided by 2. So this is 2 into 5 is 10, 2 into 8 is 16. So at the end, we are getting X as nothing but is equal to 58 degree. We are getting X as nothing but is equal to 58 degree. It implies that this angle is 58 degrees. So this angle is also 58 degree. Now we can able to find the angle Q. XYQ. So it implies that for the very first part we have to find the angle XYQ, and we know that the angle XYQ is nothing but the sum of XYZ plus the angle of ZYQ. So we can plug in the values over here as nothing but 64 degree plus of 58 degree, which is nothing but coming out to be Z equal to this is nothing but 12. So 8 4 is nothing but 12, and 6 5 is 11, and 11 and this is 12. So this is coming out to be 122 degree. So at the end means we are getting XYQ as nothing but 122 degree. So this whole sum is nothing but 122 degree. Now let's just talk about the second part. In the second part we have to find the reflex angle. We have to find the reflex of the angle angle Q, Y and P. So reflex of angle QYP is actually nothing but is equal to 180 degree plus the angle XYQ. Now from the very first part we can substitute the value over here, because we know that the XYQ is nothing but 122 degree. So this is nothing but is equal to 180 plus of 122 degree. This is nothing but 2, and we have further 0 and we have 302. So hence at the end we are getting the reflex of the angle QYP as nothing but is equal to 302 degree. So this is nothing but our answer for the second part. So this is the answer for the first part. This is the answer for the second part.